episode 2, and we're ready to talk. Welcome to the people that probably get here on the live. We're not sure, but if you watch the replay, welcome, and I hope you enjoy what we're talking about today. Today, we're going to hit the Premier League recap from this past weekend, and we're going to share our picks on the group stages for the UCL. That might be a little bit spicy, and the picks might get a little bit crazy. So we're going to start with the Premier League. Here we go. Scores. And this weekend was a shock. Surprise.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're a fan of, to be fair. So
How about for you, Justin? Okay, well, the look says it all.
Talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
We're going to start. Here we go. We're going to start with the first score of the weekend, which is Southampton and Man U tying 1-1. The next score we got is Crystal Palace 1, Aston Villa 0. And then, by the way, there's a red card in the Southampton game and one in Villa. Chelsea finished 2-2 against Sheffield United. Sheffield United is keeping it intact. They kind of seem pretty good so far.
They're determined
So
to
far.
make our picks be
So
wrong.
far, they're
Relegation.
doing what they need to do, getting points. And then Newcastle and Watford finished 1-1. Man City, another drubbing against Brighton,
Typical.
4-0. West Ham, I think, is this West Ham's first 3 points?
I believe so.
Yes.
So they finally learned how to score this week.
Finally got some goals in there.
They beat Norwich 2-0. Leicester keeps winning 3-1 against Bournemouth. Liverpool wins again, undefeated so far through 4 match days. They win 3-0 against Burnley. And we're going to stop here because we're going to talk about it. Everton versus Wolverhampton. 3-2, Everton wins. And another red card in this game. So
Yeah.
what do you guys think about this game? Because it was pretty action-packed, very entertaining, and as we see, 5 goals for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of one of those ones that's like the best of the rest versus like each other. So it's like really like I had a feeling it was gonna be an open game, and like I think we got exactly like what we expected it was gonna be. That first half was crazy. And then, the boy Richarlison is one of my favorite players in the league right now, doing work. Johnny on the spot for the first goal. Wolves, I would say Wolves probably had the better second half.
I would say so,
than
yeah.
Everton.
I would say, yeah.
They're really good teams, man. They're really good teams, and they're going to be pushing for that top 6 for sure. Everton is my pick for 6th place anyway, and they're right where they need to be, so I'm happy with it. And I didn't get to see most of that game because I had attended Dragon Con this weekend. So I don't want to rub it in anybody's faces. But, yeah, I kind of missed it, but I did see the highlights. Iwobi early on looked solid. Then he kind of faded away. But, I mean, Everton looked good. Like I said, I like Marco Silva as a coach, but then I like Espirito Santo for Wolves as well. I think they're both really good teams coaching. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that game in like a cup final or something, like a League Cup final or FA Cup final or something like that. I would actually like to see those teams play again sooner than later, to be fair.
I mean, the stats even say it. Everton 59% of the ball, Wolverhampton 49% of the ball. It's there, but Everton took more shots on goal, 15 to Wolves 8.
Mm-hmm.
So we see it there, but stats pretty much even, 12 fouls each. Only 1 red card, and we know where that one went at the last dying second. I mean, one offside and 2 offsides, 7 corner kicks, 3 saves each. I mean, the game could have ended on a draw, but really, for the neutral,
it was fantastic.
One of the most fantastic games you could watch.
They don't look like mid-table teams at all.
No,
I'll tell you that.
No, I mean, Everton, if they keep this up, top 6 finish. Maybe top 4 if someone slips in that top 4. Maybe.
Looks like they're top 4 right now.
Far, yeah.
So, what else can I say about it? I mean, Raul Jimenez just keeps going. He just keeps scoring. How many games has he scored in? He scored in every game now, hasn't he?
I'm not sure he scored in. Did he score in the Man U game?
He didn't score in the Man U game. That was a freaking Neves banger.
The corner goal, yeah.
But Raul Jimenez did take a nasty blow to the face in that goal. So.
Yeah, I saw that. Is he okay? I didn't get to see.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
They were just checking him, the concussion protocol, all that stuff. But hey, man, he wanted to score, and
I mean that's what he does, man. He's got an eye for goal for sure. I give him that.
Yeah, he got a nice little call up back to Mexico. So Everton, I feel like they did the changes that they needed to do. Well, at least Marco Silva made. Bring on Bernard really impacted the game. I think it gave Wolves a little bit of trouble there on the side that I think it was on the left side he was playing on, and he kind of contributed into making that third goal for Everton. Wolves, they missed a lot of chances. What's the goalie's name? Rui Patricio?
Patricio.
Yeah, he made an excellent save on that corner where Yeremina got his head to the ball there. He was behind, I think, one of his own defenders and still popped out and blocked the ball. That probably would have put the game to bed. Probably would have knocked Wolves like kind of down in the dumps at that point in the game. But it kept them in the game. He's by himself kept them in the game. And Everton just pulled away at the end with that nice Will Charleston goal.
Now Patricio's been good since Portugal won the Euros, though.
Yeah,
he's been solid since then.
I was kind of thinking to myself, I wanted to tweet it. I was just like, since when did Rui Patricio wake up and become an actor?
Right. Yeah, he's been solid, man.
Yeah, the last couple of seasons, he's actually gave himself a lot of credit because winning the Euros, now making great saves for Wolves, got him to the Europa, I believe. And things like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. They are playing European football. Mm-hmm.
So it was just a great game. Those first 4 goals in the first half, I believe it was 4 goals.
Yeah, 4 goals. Yeah.
Was it, or was it 1-1?
No, was it
2-1?
2-1. Was it 2-1
in the first half? Or I know Everton scored. Richarlison scored off a mistake. Then Iwobi. I don't know.
3 goals. Yeah, three goals in the first half. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Richarlison in the 5th minute. Iwobi in the 12th, and Saiss in the 9th.
Yeah. So that game was just at the beginning you thought you were gonna watch like a 10-goal game because
it was open.
Richarlison set up that nice ball. What crazy no-look pass it seemed like down the wing, and then cross to Iwobi that put his head onto it.
Yeah,
Iwobi he was a great play in the first half. He kind of made sure that the money they paid for him was being put to good use. If he can give him a full 70 minutes like that, then it's a little bit more worth it.
Yeah.
And just made me realize that like most players that leave Arsenal sometimes end up being better
than they are when they're at Arsenal.
Shots fired.
No, it's true though. Like
it is very true.
I hear you.
We'll just have to see what Ramsey does over in Serie A to see if it holds any water.
Right. That's right. I almost forgot he went there.
Yeah. And then so I just had a couple questions. Do you guys think Richarlison is a player that Everton should build around? Is he like the star for Everton?
Ooh, I say yeah. I say yeah.
I don't want to be biased because I really enjoy him because he's a Brazilian. Obviously, I'm not Brazilian. I'm Brazilian by soccer rights. That's an even longer story. Anyways, but I think that he's definitely a rising talent. And with the way the Premier League's played, I think it's important to build around rising talents. They've got Moise Kean there now, Iwobi. They got a lot of young players that have star potential. I think he's definitely somebody that they can build around, especially with the confidence that he's had coming in off the Copa America, scoring in that final. I think the sky's the limit, and I think he's got the proper coach to do that as well, for sure. I'd say build around him.
I agree with all that. I mean, if they don't, they'll lose him to a bigger club. Some bigger club will come out and scoop him up. And if I were Everton, I'd offer him at least an extension to stay for another 2-3 years. Build around him. If you can get a top 6 team, that's already a win right there. You're not going to challenge for the top 2 spots anymore. But if you can challenge top 6, maybe get into the top 4, give him the contract, give Iwobi the contract if he actually pans out this season. Because with Arsenal, we all saw how he played, and wasn't that I wouldn't have given him a contract, but that's my opinion on it. But just build around, and top 6 team for a team like that, great.
Yeah, for sure.
And then so I kind of talked on it earlier. Bernard made an impact when he came into the game. Do you think he should start, or is his role better coming off the bench for Marco Silva?
I'd say off the bench. You give Iwobi that chance. You give Iwobi the chance to play. At least give him 60, 70 minutes to play and let Bernard come on. And at that point, you at least know you have a proven goal scorer or someone that can at least keep the game going. Because Iwobi after 45 minutes is not in the second half of any game. To my opinion, he's just not good. Right. So it's either you put him in to start the game or you sub him in. But other than that, that's my toss up. It's start Bernard or start Iwobi and then sub either on.
Yeah, I mean, I agree again with Saul. I think Bernard at least up until this point, I think Bernard off the bench is a better option, because I've seen him start games and I haven't seen him start games the way he comes off the bench and impacts the game. So he's like Iwobi, like you said, starting Iwobi and then bringing on Bernard, completely different players. And Bernard's a little bit, not only can he score goals, but he's a small guy and he's really creative as well. So you can kind of pick that pass in the final third. Maybe if you're chasing a goal, an equalizer or a winner, I think he's a game changer. So I think he's better suited off the bench. Hopefully he grows into a starting position. But right now, I think having him come off the bench for Iwobi, or even some cases Richarlison, maybe, I think that's the way to use him at this point, at least.
Yeah, because like Sal was saying, Iwobi just after 45 minutes, I feel like in that second half, he got a little bit erratic. It just seemed like he was all over the place, kind of tired himself out, and then just didn't seem to kind of mesh with what the rest of Everton was doing. Bernard, like you said, Justin, is creative. I believe he's a really good creator, and he does what he should coming off the bench. I was just thinking, since he made that impact and in such a big game, because it's kind of like battle of sixth place and when you think about it in the long run. But at the moment, Wolves isn't really living up to that title. So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of get a little brief idea of what you guys felt on the whole Bernard thing. Also, how can Everton continue to play better? What do they need to improve to maybe make the bump from 6 into 5 or up?
Defense. Defensively, they're just inconsistent, man. Like you'll see Everton pull up just like we saw them play Wolves, and that was like end to end. That's probably the best attacking we've seen from Everton this season for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's probably as good as they're going to look going forward. And then they'll pull up to another team like Bournemouth, and then they'll lose 1 or 2-0. You know what I mean? I think if they can get the consistently with the back line and how Silva wants to play, I definitely think at least going forward, they could be something to worry about. But it's just about getting that consistency. You know what I mean? It's, like I said, I can go all day about how many inconsistent teams are in the league right now. But like I said, I think Marco Silva, I like the way he sets up his teams. I like his tactics. He's kind of Jose Mourinho-esque. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? He has that little bit of Mourinho in him is what I mean, as far as from a tactic standpoint. So I think as long as they buy into what he's trying to do there, I definitely think that, they're going to be a problem. For sure. Like I said, I have them 6. If they can get that back line and that engine room sorted, keep that consistency, I don't see why they won't be fighting for 5th or 6th, to be fair, or even 4th, the way the league is shaped up right now,
Yeah. No, I agree with everything Justin said 100%. That back, to me, it's the back line. It's really the most inconsistent thing with a lot of teams after you get out the top 4. Yerry Mina, I like. The rest of that back line,
Yeah, who else?
I mean, who else
Who's
do
there
we
to
got?
speak
You
of?
got
Really?
Moise Keane. No, Michael
Michael Keane.
Michael Keane. Yeah, Michael Keane. No.
Former Man U player as well.
Yeah.
Used to play for United.
I mean,
He looked pretty solid though against Wolves.
yeah, you're right. I mean, if in the winter transfer they can add another defender, I'd say yeah, top 6, maybe top 4. But we'll have to see how Arsenal fare, how Spurs fare as well after their game this weekend as well.
Yeah, because then again, we still are. This is only the 4th match day, so
Yeah,
Right,
so
match day 4.
Yeah, and then the last question, I guess, to cover this whole Everton Wolves, mostly Everton, I guess we're gonna stick with Pickford. He had a great World Cup the season before. Well, like I guess about to be a year ago, and then he kind of had a shaky season last year. Do you think he's gonna get better and kind of be up there with the rest of the good goalkeepers that the Premier League has?
Oof, that's man.
I don't know, man. I don't trust him. To answer your question, I don't think he's gonna get better. I think right now what he is what he's gonna be. I don't see him getting better than what he is right now. World Cup, he did have a fantastic World Cup, but again, I've watched him in the league for a while now, and I just don't know. I don't trust him to stop a shot when it's time to stop a shot, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he commands that back line or his 18-yard box as well as some of the other keepers in the league, you know what I mean? But that's not to take away from him being a good keeper. He's definitely a great keeper. But I just don't see him ascending anymore. Like, he's not going to get any better. In my opinion, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, if you want the team to be top 6, you don't have them back there. Just stop. Just I don't know what to say about him. Really, that's just where I stand on him. I'm like,
What do you say? It's another Joe Hart?
oh man, no,
I wouldn't do him like that.
I wouldn't do him like that. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I mean, Joe Hart had his moments, but Pickford is better.
Okay.
But will he be? Is he a goalkeeper for a top 6 team? I have my doubts. I really have my doubts.
Same.
But basically, he's the best that England has, though.
Yeah.
For now, yeah.
I mean, as far as English keepers, yeah, I don't.
Who else is?
We've got a young kid, Dean Henderson, on loan. I believe he's on loan at Sheffield United. Actually, Dean Henderson. He has the potential, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is he Welsh? He's definitely British. But other than Pickford, you know what I'm saying? Other than Pickford, I'm not sure.
There's not really much. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I got you. All right, so we'll leave it there. Everton wins 3-2. And the next game, which was the biggest game of the week, and it always seems that the Premier League has like at least one big game every weekend. And this one was the London Derby. It was Arsenal versus Tottenham. Poor start for Arsenal, but in the end, they came back and tied it 2-2. What are your takes on it, Sal? Since you're the Arsenal fan here.
I'll start with that lineup.
I think you should start with the bet that you made, because you were real confident.
So I did make a bet. I did make a bet on Twitter with these two guys that if Arsenal lost, I would be on this right now wearing a Spurs shirt. Thank God. Thank God that didn't happen, and they showed up in the second half. Thank God. But going back to that lineup, Kolasinac and Maitland-Niles, I just can't wait for them to leave. Bye-bye. Go back on your bench. And then we have Tierney and I'm forgetting my Spaniard. Who is my other?
Oh, Bellerin,
yeah. And Hector to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Xhaka, to me, should never have started. Just Xhaka's too inconsistent. That should have been Danny Ceballos to start. Because at that point, so when Ceballos came on, it became a whole different game. Lacazette, thank God for him saving that first half. If he didn't score in that first half, we lose. And that's
fantastic goal, by the way.
It was
touches to get that goal, nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this about Spurs. 10 minutes in, Eriksen getting that goal. Without Eriksen, Spurs are not Spurs. They need him firing.
He doesn't even want to be there. So.
Yeah, he even said it afterwards. He just felt shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I feel bad for the guy. I mean, could have gone to Spain. I would have loved it for him to go to Spain. But I'll say this for anyone who was watching the game, if you are a neutral, you couldn't have asked for another good game. It went both sides. First half was Spurs. Second half was Arsenal. Arsenal, how many shots on goal did they have? I have it here. Hold up, stats. Arsenal controlled the game. 55% possession. 26 shots on goal. 26 fucking shots on fucking goal. And you can't fucking get... That's
Trust me, I know your struggle, brother.
There was also an outsides call there on Aubameyang, I believe.
There was. And there was also Harry Kane trying to get a PK on that second
Definitely
half.
A dive, man. He dove.
He was, I mean, the English captain diving again for a second game in a row.
The golden boy, Harry Kane.
You could see him just stop for a second and go like, oh, okay, this is where I die. Art is going to save me. No, it's not, motherfucker. No, it's not. But Spurs went Spursy. Arsenal went Arsenally. There's not much I can say about that afterwards. I that first half, I thought, all right, we're going to get one. It's going to stay 2-1. It's just going to go back and forth, back and forth. But Guendouzi to Aubameyang, that play was just beautiful.
Beautiful pass.
Probably Guendouzi's best game in the Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, and I think
I've seen at least.
He should be starting. He's young, but he'll fill into the role. He got his call-ups to the French national team. Great. Great for him.
I mean, withdrew, so he's in.
We'll see more of him. Man. I mean, David Luiz, man. I mean, it's all right. And I'm not gonna say anything. It is what it is. But I think if we do start putting Ceballos in, we've seen the end of Xhaka, and we've definitely seen the end of Ozil.
Yes.
There's no reason to keep them at this point.
When was the last time Ozil played? Has he played this season?
Preseason. I think the first game.
Is he making any match day squads or anything like that?
Yeah, he made the squad. Yeah,
he made the squad. He's just not being picked to start.
Yeah.
I would say Unai Emery is going to start using him when he needs to make rotations. And
right.
Yeah.
That's what the most I would use him, rotation player at this point.
It's an expensive ass rotation player.
Yeah,
definitely.
But yeah, Arsenal really pulled through. They could have taken the game a bunch of times in the second half. Once they scored that second goal, they really turned it up. Bringing in Ceballos, Unai Emery made a smart decision there. He took shots. He was, making passes, wanting the ball. He just came on there and he knew what his job was, and he made it happen. He helped Arsenal kind of maintain possession of the ball as well. As Sal noted, they had 55% possession. It's just, Kane scores, I believe. Yeah, he scored, right? He made
PK.
Penalty?
Yeah.
And then back to that whole Eriksen. Yeah, Tottenham needs him because who else would have made that run? If he didn't continue running, nobody would have been there. That goal would have never happened. It's just the kind of player that Eriksen is. He wants to get in the box. He wants to score. He wants to create. And he made it happen. And he kind of shut Arsenal fans up really quick. I was surprised that it happened that quickly. And it just seemed like an Arsenal type goal. I feel like Leno could have done a little bit better with the save. It was a little bit weak. And then, yes, Bellerin is going to make a big, massive improvement to that right side. I feel though Maitland-Niles did play okay. I feel like the weakness in that defense was David Luiz, especially running into I don't know where on that breakaway.
Yeah,
he was just really confused. It just seems like David Luiz present day. Like that's what he does now. He makes
I don't know what's happened to him.
The craziest thing happened, and then later in the game, he just he's like, okay, I messed up, and he
shot for the rest of the game.
My man needs some contacts in his eye.
Yeah, the only thing he really offers now is a decent forward pass from the back. That's really always been his best attribute, is being able to pick a pass from deep. He's got a free kick on him. Although I haven't seen him make one of those rockets in a while, but he's, how they say across the pond, shambolic. Shambolic.
No, yeah, it was a really bad first half, and it just it went with the storyline of how the first half went for Arsenal.
Right,
Lacazette really did pull out there.
Fantastic goal, man.
It was like it's like the opposite of a commentator's curse, because they're like, oh, Arsenal kind of needs one. Can they pull one out?
Right,
boom, right there, and then Lacazette just blasted near post right over the goalie. Lloris is, in my opinion, very shaky. That's a goalie I don't trust. You were saying you don't trust Pickford. Lloris is hot and cold.
Yeah, he's another scary guy too.
As you can see, he let that weird Eder goal in the Euros going.
So far out, man.
But then you win a World Cup and you make all these saves. It's
right.
Weird.
Nobody remembers.
He's a weird guy. Eriksen, it's going to be interesting to see what he provides for Tottenham the rest of the season. I read a rumor today that Man U is going to make a January swoop. I don't know how believable that is, but it's what it is. Guendouzi, great game. The assist says it all. It was just the icing on the cake. And then Xhaka, I saw on Twitter, everybody just...
Shaka is shocking. What does he do? What does he do? What does he offer?
He just tackles people whenever he feels like it. That's what he does. He's just out there to hit somebody.
But you go back to his career in the Bundesliga, he would just tackle the stupidest ways and just cost the game for his teams. And I'm just like, why is he starting? If he's not fit for the Bundesliga, how is he fit for the fucking Premier League? That's my problem with it.
I thought it was an interesting transfer when Arsenal made that. I was just like, I guess they all want to show, when the person gets transferred, they want to show the highlights. They don't show the stupidity of the player.
Of course.
And so it looked good on paper, and the Arsenal fans are witnessing it live that he's very erratic. Torreira, I have a soft spot for Ulrich Wines. I feel like he had a decent game. It's good to see him back out there, but I feel like Guendouzi, Ceballos, and Torreira would be a solid midfield for Arsenal. And then now I just have a couple questions for the game that we can close it off. You guys kind of answered one earlier with the whole Kane flopping. I was going to ask, does Kane really flop with the game on the line? I guess.
Yeah, that's you can go ahead and keep going after that.
That's clear. So that question is over with. My first one though would be: did Pochettino tactically not find a way to kill the game, or Tottenham was shut down by Arsenal?
Let's see. So his subs for the game were Lo Celso and Dele Alli. He brought in Dele Alli for Eric Lamela. I think Ali should have started. That's just my opinion on it.
He is coming back from injury, though. So
So I mean, but he made the right subs. It's just Arsenal brought in Ceballos, and Ceballos was exactly what they needed to hold the ball and just keep possession longer. And if you keep possession longer, Spurs need to come in and they need to counter. And if you're holding on to the ball and you're not letting them counter, you just shut them up and they can't do anything. And you took off Son, and Son is your next best option for a good attack. And so, I mean, he had it set up perfectly, but the wonder goal to end the first half probably took steam off. That took steam off for him. And all right, here we go. Game on.
I just think that Spurs pulled the Spurs. I've been listening to Arsenal fans on Twitter, and some of them on YouTube. Tottenham is a little club, according to Arsenal. You know what I mean? And there's really no respect between the two teams. As far as the fan bases go, there's no real respect. But I just think that for me personally, I just think Pochettino really isn't really happy at Tottenham right now. I think there's a lot of things going on at Tottenham right now that he's not really liking. And I think that team is going to be interesting as the season goes on, as things start to unravel with my man, why can't they? Christian Eriksen, not being able to close out Arsenal on the road 2-0 up in the game. You can't kill the game off. You know what I mean? Those are Tottenham type things. You know what I mean? Like you equate those things to Spurs in the league. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I'm gonna say they just went out and they flat out lost it. They dropped points, and to be funny, what's funny about that is that Arsenal will be the team that feels like they lost. You know what I mean? Like they drop. They're the ones that lost because they feel like they should be wiping Spurs aside. You know what I mean? And from the flip side, I don't know how Spurs feel, but I'm not really too comfortable with what they're gonna do. I will go back to not trusting people. I don't trust Spurs either. You don't trust their goalkeeper. I don't trust the team. I just don't think the manager's head is all the way in it right now, and that's probably gonna translate to the players.
Where was Lucas Moura?
I don't exactly, and I don't want to talk about that again. Y'all know how I feel about that as well. So,
okay, I got two more quick questions. We'll make it as quickly as we can so we can progress to the Champions League. Talk about that and our picks and whatnot. Is Guendouzi becoming a top-notch midfield player?
He needs more minutes. He needs more minutes. He has potential, but he needs the game time and he needs to develop a consistency. But it's possible.
So far, is he looking better than he did last season?
Yes. I would say give him 60 minutes, and then sub him out after that. But if he's having a game like he did this Sunday, then just let him play out the whole game. There's no way. Yeah.
The last question that I just came up with on the fly is Socrates the kind of crazy that you want on your defense?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, I need that. He's just a bastard. He's just a bastard on your team. You know what I mean? And he's one of them. Yeah, definitely.
He is crazy. That man wanted to start a lot of problems, and he almost did.
Hey, I'm all for anyone who plays for that badge and says, I'm just gonna fuck someone up just because I'll take the yellow.
Yeah. So that was the Premier League this past weekend, and we're gonna look before we get to the Champions League. We're gonna look at our crazy Premier League table. I'm gonna go top 6 and then bottom 3. First, we have Liverpool undefeated. Second, we have Man City undefeated as well, but they do have a draw. Leicester also undefeated, but 2 draws to their name. They are in 3rd. Crystal Palace is in 4th. Arsenal is in 5th after that draw over the weekend, and Everton with the 3 points moved into 6th, or they were 6th. I'm not sure, but there are 6. And then at the bottom of the table, we have 18 Aston Villa, 19 Norwich, and 20 Watford. And I don't know about you guys. I don't remember what my table looked like. I'm gonna go look at it. So yeah, it's all over the place.
yeah, it's bad right now, man.
It's all over the place.
The top 2 is all we have. Well, I have my top 2s off because I have Man City and top.
I have Man City up top, Liverpool 2.
Still early.
Yeah.
Still early.
It's going to be interesting to see who's the team that's going to give Liverpool the most problems at the moment, because so far they've had easy matchups. I don't believe they've only been scored on in 2 games. The first game of the season versus Norwich and the Arsenal game. Yeah, and that's it. Other than that, they've had clean sheets, and I believe it's with the backup.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, Adrian.
Adrian, not Adrian. Adrian.
Yeah, I was just saying because remember freaking Jurgen Klopp after one of the freaking interviews, he's like Adrian, German accent, so it was funny. Adrian.
So that's what your top 6 is looking like. That's what your relegation is looking like. Just to throw it in there to make Justin feel sad again, Man United is in 8th. Just so you know. Right behind them is Tottenham, so at least you're above them. And Chelsea's in 11th. Just for those who are wondering.
gonna be a loss.
And yeah,
Ollie's at the wheel.
Oh, shot! That see that? Those are shots fired right there.
he's hitting the e-brake at the moment.
Shit, he's lost complete control right now, man.
Hey man, you'll figure it out. Hopefully,
I got faith though. I got faith. He'll figure
that's
it out.
all you got to do, man.
Figure it
So now we progress on and move into the Champions League. It begins this month. It is going to be exciting. I look forward to it. Personally,
sorry.
Unfortunately, you guys will be more into the Europa. Don't mean to take shots or anything. It's just it is what it is.
Those are shots fired again. Yo, what's going on? I didn't know I needed a bulletproof vest to get on the show today. What's up, man? What's happening?
I'm just saying, though, it's just facts, man.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I wanted to speak positively, but I can't give you any compliment.
It's fair, man.
You wear your beautiful United kit, so.
And
it's black. It's right there, bulletproof right there. So just take everything we send at you.
Just take it on the badge.
How do we want to do this? Do we want to go every team in each group, or we just want to get to the main point and pick our groups?
Let's just go group by group and
pick the winners, pick the winner and runner up of each group.
I'll start off with Group A. It just recently got a spicy storyline. The first team we have is PSG from France. We have Real Madrid from Spain, Ala Madrid, Bruges from Belgium, and Galatasaray from Turkey. Interesting group. For me, I'd take it. I can definitely see us in first or second. So we're making the round of 16 as a Madrid fan speaking.
Yeah.
Club Bruges, I feel like it's going to be easy, but again, away, anything happens in the Champions League. Galatasaray just got Falcao. And yesterday.
Freaking threw a parade for him, too. Crazy.
I don't think he has much left in the tank, but for playing in the Turkish league, I think he has what it takes. Is he going to be able to do things in the Champions League with Galatasaray? Don't know. Paris, Paris is Paris. PSG, they made some good signings the last minute. They got Mauro Icardi, and who else am I thinking of? Navas. And they basically filled up the needs that they had because Cavani's injured, so picking up Icardi is good. Having him there, filling in the spot. Mbappe at the moment, I believe, is also injured.
Yes.
So Di Maria is holding on the fort with I don't know who else on the wing. Oh, Neymar, if he decides to play. Neymar didn't get his dream move.
That's another story.
That's a whole other storyline. But he did not get his move.
Didn't get his move to Barcelona as he wanted. I'm glad he didn't come to Madrid. On another note, and Real Madrid is just being Real Madrid right now. We don't know what we are. So I don't really expect much. I hope to get first, but I don't know what to expect.
So who do you have winning that group?
Winning the group, I have PSG.
Okay.
And I have Real Madrid finishing second.
I have the same two teams, but I think Madrid probably wins that. PSG. I think Galatasaray makes it interesting, to be honest. I think Galatasaray somehow makes it interesting. It might be a little tricky trip to Turkey one Tuesday or Wednesday night, But Real Madrid, I got Real Madrid winning it and PSG coming in second, coming out of that group.
Any reason why?
Just the better teams, way better quality. I mean, I expect Zidane to be Zidane in the Champions League at least. PSG is their entire team is worth more than Club Bruges, so I expect that. You know what I mean? Actually, I probably stand corrected. Probably two of their players is probably worth more than that with Club Bruges. You know what I mean? And I just think there's just a huge difference of quality in both teams. So Madrid 1, PSG 2, for me at least in Group A.
I'm gonna give Madrid first, PSG second, and I just don't trust PSG going to Galatasaray. I don't.
I have the same.
That's that one wild card where Madrid, I can at least trust them to come out with a draw. They can at least get a draw or maybe get the win.
Right.
PSG, though, will go in there guns blazing thinking we got this. At the last minute, they just fail.
European nights.
Yeah, or they decide, hey, we're not going to start Navas this game. We'll start our backup.
Yeah.
Some stupid mistake, but that's how I see that playing out.
Yeah,
they have choked in the past.
So far, Paris, I think, slipped up already in League One.
Yeah, they lost their first game.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Mm-hmm.
So Paris, yeah, it's kind of iffy. I don't know. I personally, I guess, from watching Real Madrid on a daily basis, I feel like that's why I'm going to go with Paris to take the top of the Group A. But like you said, Justin, Zidane could be Zidane in the Champions League. He's done it 3 times. So we proceed to Group B. We have Bayern Munich from Germany, Tottenham Hotspurs, and Olympiacos from Greece. And Crvena Zvezda.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say pronounce that.
I don't mean to be I don't mean to offend anybody, but yes, if I remember correctly, that would be Red Star Belgrade.
No,
that is not Red Star. Is Red Star. Yeah. So okay. So this Zvezda from Serbia. I'm sorry, I did mispronounce your name. But I don't see where you are in this group. Probably where you're going to be at the end of the group. Olympiacos, I don't know. They've been surprising.
They could be tricky at home.
Yeah, they've been a surprise before. They made it into the round of 16.
Mm-hmm.
Real Madrid's played them in the round of 16.
We've actually played them in group stage, I believe.
Haven't they won
they
it
gave
once?
us a hard time in a row. Olympiacos?
Yeah.
Olympiacos, have they won the Champions League?
Yeah, Champions League.
Shoot.
I believe they have. I believe they have.
But I don't know. I feel like Olympiacos can pull out a second place. That's not my pick, but I can see it happening. They might just knock Tottenham out on a bad night. If Tottenham continues playing the way they are and don't give consistent productivity, then Olympiacos will squeeze into that second spot. But as I see it now, I'm going to go with Bayern, which is the strongest club in the whole group. I'm going to give them the first place in the group and Tottenham second. And consolation, maybe surprise Olympiacos.
All right.
Yeah, I was going Bayern, Tottenham in that one for that group.
Yeah, same. I'm going Bayern and Tottenham for that group. I can see Olympiacos causing mayhem for someone, but Bayern is closer to Greece, so I believe it's going to be a easier trip for them. Sure. Yeah. So, but Tottenham, Spurs are Spurs, so that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, I feel like Olympiacos might take it to the last group stage game with Tottenham, and then it's kind of like winner takes all at that point. I agree. That's kind of like
very true.
Everybody's gonna get their 3 points against the Serbian team. I don't want to really not good at it.
The Serbian team, that's what we're gonna call them. We cannot pronounce that.
Yeah, I'm sorry to anybody that may watch this and actually is a fan of that club. So we have Bayern and Tottenham. So I think we all agree on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then Group C, I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest.
That's already we already know who's winning that one. Yeah, let's just skip.
Man City and Shakhtar. Man City winning, Shakhtar coming in second. Moving on.
Okay.
Does anybody else?
I got Man City, Atalanta.
Okay. That I like. That's.
I just like my man Duvan Zapata. I feel like I don't feel, but I want him to do good in the Champions League.
I hear you.
He's gonna take over Falcao's spot sooner down the line in the national team, and I would just like to see him do good on the European stage.
I feel bad for Atalanta.
Why?
I feel bad. They fought to get top 4 in Serie A to make it into Champions League, and now here they are, gonna get fucking dumped on.
I don't think so. I think they have a well enough attack to go and take on Shakhtar for the second spot. I can't say Man City because Man City is not going to probably even let them touch the ball.
Right.
But Shakhtar Donetsk, it's going to be a tricky trip for them. to the Ukraine.
Freaking Ukraine. I'm telling you, man. Shakhtar.
Other than that, like I feel like Shakhtar Donetsk has lost a lot of key players that makes them who they are in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Dynamo Zagreb, I guess they might get a point, maybe a total of 4 points is all I see them taking.
Yeah.
Who do you have, Sal? Who do you have winning and runner up?
I have Manchester and Shakhtar, just how it is. I can't see anyone else coming out really.
Well, fingers crossed, Atalanta. So enough of that because we don't want to talk about Man City. I don't want to personally talk about it because of Pep, but
that's another long story.
And then we moved to Group D, which is actually very interesting, minus Lokomotiv. But Lokomotiv does make a lot of noise when you play them at home. So it's just these Ukrainian teams just have that.
Hold on. Did you just hear what you said? You said it sounded like you said a locomotive makes a lot of noise at home. So, okay, I guess.
Oh, well, they do make a lot of noise.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It sounded so funny.
I guess I'll play on words or something.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, like going to Ukraine for the people in Group C is a trip, and now for these people in these clubs in Group D, Juventus, Atletico, and Leverkusen have to go all the way to Russia. It's not an easy trip. I've seen it plenty of times when Real Madrid has to make those Russian trips, and we never pull out a win. It's always sloppy. It's ugly, and that's what I think these teams in Russia have, like I guess, for them. I don't see them winning the group though. I pick Juventus and Leverkusen. And no, it's not biased because I do not like Atletico. I just think Leverkusen is just going to pull something out. They're going to be like that surprise team from the Bundesliga to make a little bit of noise. Are they going to proceed after round of 16? I don't see it, but they're going to have a good group stage, I believe. Atletico is Atletico. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about him, but whatever. Joao Felix is looking good though.
He looks like he's just gonna be a star, man.
I'll give him that. You know, that was a good payday that they made to Benfica. It was a reasonable one. It's paying off so far. And then the Juventus and Leverkusen. We all know why Juventus, because the GOAT plays.
The GOAT plays.
Yep.
I've got Juventus winning. I understand why you're picking Leverkusen, but I think Atleti's probably going to finish second in that group, just because Simeone is the king of swindling points when he needs them, and I feel like he'll swindle a second place finish to get out of that group. So I got Juve and Atleti.
Man, really, it's not easy to go play in the Wanda Metropolitano. They just came back and beat Eibar when they were down 2-0 this past weekend and won 3-2 in the dying minutes. So it's an easy place to play in.
I have Atleti finishing first. Oof. I just think looking at how them and Juve are playing, Juve's not firing yet. Juve's not firing yet on all cylinders. And so, and I don't know about the Sarri system. I don't know about Sarri ball. That's just my take on it. But I feel Juve will finish second. Here's my take on this. I don't think finishing second would be bad because there's still going to be a lot of tough opponents on that. So it's pick or choose your poison. Do you want to face City in second, or do you want to face someone else on that second side? But that's just how I see it. Leverkusen, I really do think that's where the havoc is caused. I think Atleti can go to Germany, get a win. Juve, I don't think can't. And that's just my take. Yeah.
So Group D, we all have different. Well, yeah, we all have different because you guys have the same two teams, just flip flop.
Different, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the dark horse of Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Robin second from Atletico. Probably not gonna happen, but you gotta have faith. Group E, we have Liverpool. I was about to say Le Napoli for some reason. You have Liverpool from England, the reigning champs of the UCL, won in that boring final against Tottenham. We have Napoli from Italia, Salzburg from Austria, and Genk from Belgium. My question out of this whole group: Are we gonna see what's his face actually come out and play? Goodness, I drew a blank as soon as I was thinking of his freaking face. The prior Man City defender that just went there. Didn't he go there to become their coach or manager?
To Napoli.
Napoli.
Who? Not
No,
you're not talking about company, right?
No, company, no.
Yeah,
Company didn't go to Genk?
No.
No, he's not. Isn't he a player manager? He's a player manager, but not at Genk.
Not a Genk. No, I don't think it's Genk.
Anderlecht. Sorry. Okay.
Anderlecht. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
It's just the whole Belgium thing.
Yeah.
All right, so scratch that. I was thinking the whole time he was at Genk. That ruins the whole group for me because I already know what's going to happen. The story ends with Liverpool in first and Napoli in second for me. I believe that's a repeat from last year's group stage for them.
Yeah, yes. Those games were exciting though too.
Yeah,
really they played.
So, what do you guys got?
Oh Lord! Anytime I have to praise Liverpool or give them any type of credit, I get sick. But clearly, Liverpool they're rolling. They're rolling right now. It's going to take something to really knock them off their game. So, just to be quick, Liverpool is going to win that. Napoli will be second in that group for me. It's going to be close, though. I think it's going to be closer than we think. But those are the two I have.
I mean, we're all the team with Liverpool winning. I mean, it's Liverpool. What can you do against them? I have Salzburg coming out.
Okay.
I have faith in Jesse Marshberg, MLS. I mean, that's the connection right there. I have faith that he can take Salzburg and beat Napoli. He just has the right system. He's got the right players. I think it'll be one of those at the last dying day where it's going to be either Napoli are going to take it or Salzburg, and I just feel Napoli will just bottle it.
Possibly good. Salzburg did. Is that no? I think we played RB Leipzig. Or no?
Leipzig, yeah.
I think was this. I can't remember because their logos their crests are so similar. Madrid played one of them too. I believe it might be Salzburg. And Salzburg,
I think it was Leipzig. I think it was
Leipzig.
Yeah, Leipzig. It should be Leipzig. Yeah.
Okay, because it's just the crest. They just. From what I can see here, they look pretty much the same, so I wasn't sure which one it was.
Yeah, it was Leipzig, yeah.
Okay, so then I'll comment them on when we get to Group G. In Group F, we have Barcelona.
The group of death.
Like how you said that, Barcelona.
Barcelona from Spain, Dortmund from Germany, Inter Milan from Italy, and Slavia Praha from Czech Republic.
This is a good group.
Yeah. I'll start it off. I really do think Barca take the group. To me, this is Barca's Champions League to win. I think last year they bottled it so hard.
Ridiculous, man. So
I really do believe this is theirs to win. Second, I have Dortmund coming out. But it's gonna be one of those See, my problem is Slavia. Someone's going to go to Slavia and going to
stumble there.
Either a draw or they're going to just that one wonder goal where it's going to end up 2-1 to Slavia and see you later, Dortmund or Inter. But if Barca go there and they're playing how they've been playing these past few games, I'm sorry, Barca, but you can get knocked out as well. But I have faith with Messi coming back. Barcelona win the group. Dortmund, I have more faith in Dortmund. They come out second. Inter, sorry, we'll see you in the Europa League.
Agreed. Actually, no, I don't agree.
Yeah, for me, For me, this is definitely the group of death. Even though I have a lot of interest in Group G, but we'll talk about that once we get there. But yeah, I have Barca winning this group. Messi, because basically based off Messi returning. But I think the Dortmund Inter Slavia thing, I think that whole dynamic is going to be a lot closer. It's going to be really close. If Jadon Sancho continues to do what Jadon Sancho is doing right now, I think Dortmund finishes second in the group. If Conte has Inter playing the way he wants them to play, by the time that comes around, it could be trouble. We need to see what Conte's Inter is going to look like before I can really say. But right now, I guess I'm Barca Dortmund. Barca winning, Dortmund number 2.
Okay. I'm going to go with Barca winning the group and Inter Milan winning second place. Dortmund is good, but I don't know if I trust them. I watched their weekend game this past weekend, and it didn't really look too good, and it wasn't really against a tough opponent. Inter, I feel like Conte is going to have them in check by then, have them playing the kind of football that Conte likes to run. He has Lukaku now, which I feel is a slight bit better than Mauro Icardi.
I think so. I think he's better.
And then Barcelona is just, they have too much firepower.
Those guys.
Decent defense. I don't really think their defense is great, but Jordi Alba is aging. Smedo is actually becoming a pretty good player. Slowly, Lenglet is just somehow pulling something out of the hat, and PK is overshadowed by everything else going around him, so it makes him Chris Egan is a great goalie. Does he have off games? Yeah, he does, but most of the time he's pretty top notch. The midfield, I think, is where you got to question Barcelona, because I don't know if Valverde knows what he wants to do. He has so many midfield players.
I don't think he's a good coach, man.
No, Busquets just too old, I feel. I'm not sure if he's
is Busquets too old?
Yeah, I don't feel. I don't think he's worth a start, and I'm not sure if you want to bring him off the bench. It's just.
I'm saying, but isn't he 30?
Nah. Is he 30?
I think he's only 30, bro. Hold on. Where's the research at?
I got it right here.
Anyways, when you have Arthur and you have Rakitic, and it's just like, why don't you start them? They just gave Rafinha to Celta de Vigo, so Rafinha's out of there.
Right.
And then up top, you just have Messi, Suarez, Griezmann, Dembele when he's not injured.
So Busquets is 31.
Yeah.
Yo, freaking my age, bro. I guess he's been playing a lot of soccer. He's played a lot of football.
The thing is, it's not that he's been playing a lot of soccer. It's just, okay, he's not as old as I thought, but at the same time, his pace isn't what it used to be. It's declining rapidly.
Fair.
He's still a great passer of the ball. I'll give him that all day. He knows how to hold up the ball and all that stuff, but I feel like you need a little bit more fast-moving midfield. I'm just gonna go with Barca taking it. Dortmund, I don't trust yet, and I feel like what is it, Antonio Conte, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna have what it takes. He has experience in the Champions League. He's gone to a final, right? He took Juve to the final.
Yeah, that was Conte.
So, yeah.
And they lost to Barca. So he knows what he has to do. He's gonna get the team together, and Inter's gonna pull it out. And so that's Group F. I'm sorry, Slavia Praha, but we made it. Yeah, at least you made it this far.
At least we could pronounce their name.
That one.
That one we can.
Yes, that one. If I was dyslexic, I probably would have said saliva or something.
It definitely looks like saliva if you look at it real quick.
Yeah. So okay, enough making fun of us.
Okay, yeah, stop. Hey, we love you, Slavia.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in Group G, we have Zenit from Russia, Benfica, the Portuguese team. I think the only Portuguese team.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Portugal
got dropped out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Lyon from France, which is a lovely team. Love Lyon. And Leipzig from Germany.
40 years ago, this would be a group of death.
I would say probably 40. I'll probably say less than that.
Less than that? Am I tripping? Maybe 20?
20 to 30.
Probably 15.
Okay, 15 to 30.
Yeah. In that range. To be basically what I'm saying, a long time ago, these teams were really good.
Benfica and Lyon have good UCL history. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, you can't really, well, to start it off, I guess I got Lyon in first and Benfica in second. And Lyon, I know they lost a lot of key players. Well, not a lot, but they lost some decent key players. But I feel like they still have what it takes. They got experience. They got a good team. They got a good coach. Benfica. They just know what to do when it comes to the Champions League. They're going to be able to get themselves to the next round. Personally, I don't know any of the players. Leipzig it's just going to be a fun group, to be honest. They all know that they're evenly matched. And I feel like they're all going to go on the full attack, and it's just going to go,
probably the most evenly matched group in the Champions League. But I agree though. I have the same lineup. I have Lyon winning it, and then Benfica. But I think we shouldn't sleep on Zenit. They make difficult. I don't know too much about Leipzig, but
well, Zenit is your sleeper of the group.
Yeah, Zenit's definitely my sleeper. I definitely think that there's a possibility for both the teams that I'm choosing to get out of the group to stumble at Zenit. Yeah. But I have Lyon and Benfica in that group coming out.
I have Lyon and Leipzig coming out. Benfica losing João Felix, I think, was
a big
hard for them. Yeah. Leipzig, I believe, isn't that Tyler Adams? I believe it is Tyler Adams' team. Not sure. Leipzig. Are you Tyler Adams' team? Because if it is, then it is Tyler Adams' team. So yeah, I'm sticking with the USA connection on that one. And
fair enough.
But like we've been saying, it's going to be a fun group to watch.
Yeah.
Them and the next group, at least those two groups will be fun. So
right.
We'll get entertaining games. We won't get blowouts like in the other groups.
Yeah, for sure.
Group G. I'm looking forward to watching that big time.
It's going to be a fun group for sure.
So Group H, I think, is another fun group. Very interesting group.
Yeah.
We have Chelsea from England, Ajax from Netherlands, Valencia from Spain, and Leo from France. Who wants to go first?
Chelsea. I say Chelsea come out. Pulisic will have a nice UCL. I don't think they'll get that far afterwards, but at least they'll come out on top of this group. Ajax, they lost two key players, but I still think Ajax will come out. So those are my two picks for that. I don't see Valencia doing much, and Leo, I don't see them doing much either, but it'll still be fun to see who comes out and where points are dropped at least.
Yeah. I honestly think it's up to the first three. Leo is just kind of hanging out. Chelsea, I can see getting out of the group. I don't have them in first. I have Valencia coming out. Valencia just has a good attack. They have a good attack. They have a good goalie. A defense, it could be hit or miss, but I feel like they're building they got the right pieces. They're building correctly. They're making a lot of noise so far in La Liga to start the season. Ajax, I know they only lost 2. They could have almost lost 3 with Van de Beek going to Madrid. I think that would have hurt them even more. But I still think losing Frankie de Jong and De Ligt to Juventus, I don't know. I feel like it kind of might tatter the equilibrium, especially to play big games like this. And they had to go through the knockout or the playoffs or the qualifying rounds to get to where they're at now. So it's a lot of games already so far for them. And now they're getting up to bigger teams. I just don't see it. I see Valencia coming out on top, Chelsea taking second, and Ajax probably, if they make it to the Europa?
This is the first time that we are going to have a very completely different list. I actually have. I'm actually going. This is going to be a gamble for me, but I'm confident in it. I actually have Ajax winning that group. I still think they lost a lot, but what I learned about Ajax over the years is just the way that they develop. They're going to still play Ajax football. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who's not there. They're still going to play how they play. David Neres still there. My man with the cool name, Zayak, I think he's still there. They've got people that can still play. They've got a system in place that I think with Chelsea and Lampard being a young team, a lot of those people haven't been in the UCL. You got Tammy Abraham, Pulisic's these are going to be their first times in Champions League football. So I don't really trust Chelsea like that. I think that they're going to be a problem, but I do have Ajax winning that, and I have Valencia coming in second. Valencia has always been a tough team in Spain historically, and I just think they have enough as far as coaching experience to basically get out of the UCL. Again, this is going to be Lampard's first time doing Champions League. You know what I mean? This is all new to them. So I feel like Valencia with the experience, and then Ajax with the Dutch sauce that they're gonna throw out there. I think they're gonna win it. So I got Ajax winning and Valencia as the runner-up. Chelsea make it tough, but they don't get out. We'll see them in the Europa League.
I do believe that Pulisic has played.
Yeah, he's played before. Yeah,
has he? Oh yes,
Dortmund,
with Dortmund.
yeah,
Dortmund. That's my bad. With Dortmund. So players like Abraham and Mason Mount and those type of cats that are there, they haven't been that.
No, but you're correct in the sense that I don't believe he's gotten a lot of playing time in the Champions League. So this will probably be a first for him. Well, that's also if he's in the starting 11.
Yeah. Christian, if you ever watch this, man, my bad, I forgot, man. You're the boy. You're the future.
But yeah, you are right. Ajax does have a system in play, but you're missing two key pieces to that system.
Their engine room is broken down a lot
last season,
for sure.
So
that's why I said it's a gamble, but
it's a big piece. Well, two big pieces to replace because De Ligt could have, if Ajax made it to the final, it probably could have been De Ligt and Van Dijk really battling for that defender player of the year, whatever it was, defender of the season or whatever. De Ligt really made Ajax, especially with that really iffy goalkeeper that they have.
Oh yeah, almost forgot about him.
So he basically made that defense what it was. Frankie De Jong basically has to get the slack has to get picked up by Van de Beek at this point. And is Van de Beek going to be able to really step up and do what he needs to? These are questions we're going to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
I personally don't think so, but yes, they do have Neres, which was a great player. Had a bad Copa America, but he does play well in Ajax system. And does Tadic still play there?
Yeah, Tadic is still there.
Tadic is there still.
Tadic. And then again, this team demolished my team in the round of 16.
Bro,
so.
They play.
They're gonna play their hearts out. Yeah,
they're gonna play the same way regardless who's there, man.
I mean, Zlatan said it himself the best. Ajax plays Ajax way. Mm-hmm. They play simple football, but that's the hardest thing to do. Play simple football. As long as they play their system, we don't know how far they'll go.
So it's going to be interesting. I believe the first game start on the 18th.
Yeah, no, 17th. The 17th.
So it's the 17 and 18?
Yeah, 17 and 18.
Okay, I was thinking 18, 19, but all right. So that's when we get to start seeing how these groups start shaping out, and then it's going to be interesting. It's really interesting because we have international break, then one league game, and then you're jumping right into UCL play.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting, and we're going to have a separate UCL show to keep you guys up to date with this. So that's going to be fun.
For all that stuff.
So yeah. So then I guess at this time, before we sign out, just wants to pour his heart out about the Man U start. And Sal wants to pour his heart out about VAR screwing over his team, which is valid. So who wants to pour their heart out first?
Look, I'm just gonna go first because I don't want to talk about it again. As it is. Manchester United is, if you can see on my face, is in a shambles. We've been in a shambles since before Sir Alex left. Okay, not to throw shots at you, Sal, but we beat Arsenal 8-2 with a midfield that had Tom Cleverley in it and Danny Welbeck as a starter.
True. Very true.
And Ashley Young scoring bangers. Okay, we were winning league since the Glazers have purchased Man United. We've won the league. We've done all that stuff. We won the Champions League, all because we had one of the greatest managers ever. This guy was winning titles with bang average players in there. We've never, ever, since these people have purchased this club, have never invested properly. How in the world is Ashley Young still starting games for Manchester United? How is Phil Jones and Chris Smalling still starting games for Manchester United? Now, to be fair, Ali is getting these people out of here, but we haven't replaced anybody. Honestly, I need more than 90 seconds to go on this rant, but I'm just going to tell you this. It's really sad to see what the power that owners have over historic clubs, over the club in general, when they're just trying to look to lace their pockets. Do you see how ugly this damn Chevrolet? Anyways, just looking to lace their pockets, man. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Pogba in the midfield. You know who starts next to Paul Pogba? Scott McTominay. Who's that? Scott McTominay, Nemanja Matic. We can't fill these positions. It's stressful to see like where it's going, and there's no really end in sight. So basically, I just really wanted to. That rant was basically a cry for help. So any fellow United fans that feel my pain, you can hit me up at FieldTalk _ on the Twitter or on the YouTube because I'm stressed with you. I do believe Ali has what it takes to pull us out of it. But we're a prime example of what will happen to you if you have owners that don't give a damn about football and only care about paying off their freaking debt and fucking sunglass sponsors and Hawaiian juice and Rolex watches and Kohler or Collier or whatever the hell that is.
Kohler.
Yeah, them. Thank you.
Quick correction though. Smalling won't be starting because he made his way over to Roma.
Yes, and as we mentioned, Ali is getting rid of a lot of the dead weight finally.
And
so
then
Alex has been gone for 6 years.
And I believe Smalling started because Shaw got injured again.
No, Ashley Young started because Shaw's injured.
Yeah, that's what I said. Shaw got injured. So yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. He's going to be starting because Shaw's out for a month. Wan-Bissaka just pulled out of the England squad for a back injury. Diogo Dalot's injured. So we actually don't have another right back at the club. So we got to go to the youth system. Like I said, it's a cry for help. I'm done. Thank you.
You got it. So Sal, VAR, and it's
all right. VAR. VAR has been in place already for 2-3 years, right? I have no problem with how it's being used in England right now. My problem is over here in MLS, where we were so kind as to begin the whole VAR bullshit.
It's hurting him.
Pro has to get referees trained. I'm sorry, but some of these referees, I don't know what the hell they're watching the screen. I'm like, okay, look, here's my VAR screen. I'm in the truck. I'm watching Sesame Street, Muppet Babies. I don't know what the fuck they're watching in those fucking trucks. But my problem is that we've seen goals that should be called offside are not called offside. And example right there was the Galaxy and the Seattle Sounders game. That final goal should have been ruled out.
No, not the roll down. You're talking about the Morrison.
Yeah, the Morrison goal should have been ruled out. It's clearly, even on the replays, it shows clearly he's offsides. But no, I don't know what they're doing. I'll go back one more to the LAFC game. Great game. I'm not going to talk shit on LAFC. But Their first goal should have been ruled offside. Beta was offside when he did that pass. But again, VAR is VAR. Whatever the case may be, I feel what City fans are feeling. I feel what they're feeling. That's the only time I'm going to feel anything with City fans. I'm not saying VAR hasn't helped my teams win, but at least
find a better way of using the thing.
Yeah, find a better way. The World Cup, how can it work so well in the World Cup? On both World Cups, both men's and women's. But when you get to the club levels, it's shit. It was shit in Spain for La Liga its first year.
Yeah.
Down in Mexico, it's a piece of shit, even worse, because I don't know what they're doing down there. MLS is trash. They're doing all right in the Bundesliga with it. I'll be fair. They're doing all right. Either get your referees trained to actually do it or get rid of it and let's go back to the old system. That's my rant. I'll put the glasses on now.
Could be growing pains, but it is true. And over all the leagues, they have their issues. I feel like in La Liga it's still hit or miss. But yeah, I did rewatch the second half and I saw that goal, and yeah, Morrison, when he made that pass, he was off. The player receiving the ball was off. I think that was Roldan. I'm not sure. And then but they looked at it supposedly, so that's why it stayed. And you continue, and then you guys. It should have been a 3-3 draw, but as a Sounders fan, I'll take the win.
Shots fired again. Yo, next show we got to come with vests on. This is crazy. It's not safe out here. Look at the jersey. He's trolling you with that jersey, clearly.
So that concludes.
I don't hate Sounders fans as much as I hate San Jose fans.
Oh yeah, that's the rivalry.
That's the rivalry. I don't give a damn about LAFC. They can make believe they're a little rivalry all they want. They're not in the heart of Los Angeles. I'll put it that way. They're in South fucking Central.
So that's our second showdown in the books. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. We're gonna keep coming out with more content, and like we said earlier, we will be coming out with the UCL show, and then sporadically we'll have extra content. You might just see my face by itself, or me and Sal, or me and or Just and Sal by himself. There's many possibilities.
So many combinations.
Special guests.
Exactly.
Special guests.
So we're working on this, and we hope you enjoyed. So stay tuned for the next one. You guys have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Peace out.
Later.
They leave again. Oh.